I'm Tamsin Fidel. A Pix 11 in partnership with the Broadway Channel brings you this Backstage on Broadway Extra.
How does it feel to finally make your way to Broadway?
Oh, it's a thrill. I can't even tell you how exciting it is. You know, I grew up in the shadow of Manhattan in Queens, New York, and the allure of Broadway and the glamour of, the theater was always very provocative to me. And most of my exposure to it was in the movies, but they were originally Broadway musicals. Sound of Music and My Fair Lady and West Side Story and all of those. And then when I actually started going to the theater, I remember that we went as a class trip. And back then it was A Chorus Line we went to see, and Grease we went to see, and what was the other one? Not Godspell.
Oh, yeah.
Godspell, and those were the ones, and I thought, oh God, I want to do this. And I've kind of danced around it. I've done short runs on off-Broadway productions, and I did Camelot at Lincoln Center, but I've never actually been on Broadway. And this is one of the largest Broadway houses. And, you know, we've always loved Broadway. In fact, on The Nanny, we paid homage to Broadway by making Mr. Sheffield a Broadway producer, because we wanted all the millions of people that have watched The Nanny over the years and all around the world to, you know, get that kind of flavor for what I think is one of the big definitions of being in New York, and that's Broadway.
Well, you've picked the perfect show, right? Hold on a sec. Good stuff.
Okay.
Really good stuff, right, Paul?
Yep,
I mean,
excellent.
We got good to go. So
Good to go.
I was just going to say, you ready?
Yep.
Well, you've picked the perfect show to be a part of. Tell us how special is Cinderella for you?
You know, for many reasons, this show was something that I feel for my maiden voyage was like a godsend. First of all, to be able to be in a Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, I mean, it's incomparable. There are very, very few music teams that can compare to them. And since I'm not really a singer, what are the odds that I'm going to be in a big Broadway musical like this by Rodgers and Hammerstein? It feels to me like a once-in-a-lifetime experience and something that I really couldn't turn down. And I think that the character, people say I was born to play this role. Well, I've never really played a mean character before. And the Wicked Stepmother, you know, has given stepmothers a bad name since Grimm fairy tale. And so, you know, I really wanted to reinvent her a little bit, make her very glamorous and sexy, recreate her costumes so that they're bigger and very visually exciting and kind of something, a character that you love to hate, that you really look forward to coming back out on the stage. So I think I've done all of that, and I've infused comedy into the character. And so I'm really enjoying playing the role, and it's a lot of fun, and the audience seems to eat it up with a spoon. So night after night, it's just an absolute joy. And listening to the music and just being a part of it. And the show itself is a huge upper. I mean, you feel so happy. It's such a joyful show and so romantic. It's a great family show. It's a great date show. And, I think it's a wonderful fantasy. But of course, the story was slightly updated by Douglas Carter Beane, who wrote the book for the Broadway musical, and he's so talented. And in this version, I think Cinderella is more aware of who she is and what her role is in life, and to be kind and compassionate, and it's the prince that's a little more lost and in need of a strong woman to help him realize his full potential. And that's kind of a 180 from the original one that I grew up with. So I think that it speaks more powerfully to young girls today.